So what I'm going to talk about in this video, just to give you guys some clarity right now, is assuming that we're talking to a girl in person, because in person you get real-time feedback. Now, this will work over the phone, but it just comes off as a easier or like a better way to talk to a girl in person, because you could be texting a girl, like I've texted girls that only send me like a sentence response, and in that case then there's no point in talking to a girl in the ways or asking the questions that I'm going to be giving you guys in this video. There's no point in doing that. So assuming you're talking to a girl in person, whether this is a girl that you cold approached, whether it's a girl you've been dating or a girl you're in a relationship with, I can guarantee you will give you a much better, like I had 3 girls today tell me, literally all three girls said this was a really good question. All 3 of them. So I promise you what I'm going to talk about in this video, bro, will help you get better responses and more women interested in talking to you. So if she likes you, she's going to enjoy the conversation with you more. And if we can get a girl to feel good about being with you, that's going to make her like you more. I say that all the time, okay? So before I get into the video, guys, if you enjoy what you see in this video and you're a guy right now that wants to communicate better with women and have better relationships with them in 60 days or less, I have a program in the link in the description. There's a video on the next page. Watch that. It'll tell you what it's going to do for you and what you're going to get. And if you think this is something that would help you, book a time to speak with me. That way we can actually talk and see if it even makes sense for you to join. So before I go into the questions, I think it's important to understand how men and women communicate, and that way you can understand why this works so well. Men naturally like to fix things, and men are more factual, more logistical. We're logical thinkers. So we are, if I have a labubu right here, I've got 3 of them. If I explain my labubu, it's a 34-inch angel in the clouds. It's all white. It's got 2 ears, a tail, and wings. That's how men communicate. Women, on the other hand, because they're emotional, they like to feel things. They want to get all of the details, all of the emotions. They want all of the feelings there, so that way they can feel like they're a part of the book they're reading or the conversation. So if they were to describe the labubu, they would say something like, oh, this labubu that I have, it's 34 inches, which is pretty tall compared to the other ones, which are like, I think 16. It's got poofy, like white fur that almost feels like somebody put like a leave-in conditioner in it. Oh my God, it's so soft. It's got these cute like silver eyes with stars on them, girl. It's so adorable. It's got like a long tail with like little spikes on it, and the wings on the back. Oh, dude, this is the best part. It's got like these like gray wings, and like when you spread them out, you can see them from the side. Oh, it's so like majestic looking. See, that's me giving you the details. That's how women talk. So if we can understand that, then the questions we're going to ask are going to elicit a more emotional response from a woman. Now, I am going to give you the questions that a man would ask first, so you can understand the questions that I'm trying to replace with a much better question. So I learned about this concept from a guy named Ross Jeffries, which gave me the idea to start looking into this. Ross Jeffries is known as like the seduction, he's like the first like seduction guru, whatever, phenomenal guy. And he studies NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, and he calls this a language pattern. So I'm still learning about that. But the questions that I'm going to talk about here, the questions are just eliciting emotional responses. So one of my sales trainers, Jeremy Miner, who has NEPQ, he teaches the same thing. And I took his mentor's course before I even joined NEPQ. So like, this is a learnable skill. Men can learn to ask deeper emotional questions, and you will always get a better, more illicit response from a person, whether it's a male or a female, especially if you're on like a sales call, because if we can get someone to feel something, you're more likely to persuade them, like either to make a sale, or if it's a girl's case, we want her to feel seductive, like she likes you. So the first question that a man would ask, and I'm guilty of this too, bro. I do this shit all the time, and I didn't even know about it. I would ask a girl, because when I ask a girl this question, what do you do for fun? I'm trying to see if she's gonna say anything that I can use to be like, hey, we should do that sometime, man. What's your phone number? That's why I asked that question, to be completely transparent with you. I guess depending on the conversation, if it's a girl that's in a relationship and I just met her, then I might ask her that just to ask her. But every single girl in Florida that I've ever asked this question to, every single girl in Florida gave me the same boring ass response. I asked, "What do you do for fun?" "Oh, I don't know. I like going to the beach." "Okay, well, you and every girl in Florida, man. What else do you do? What else do you do for fun?" "I don't know. I like reading." You see how they're giving me just very straight, boring ass answers? That's because my question sucks. My question is not being answered in a way that a woman would want to respond to. So the question that I asked instead, and this could be phrased in two different ways. It can be past tense or present tense. Ideally, you want it to be present if it's in the moment, but depending on how you word it. So the first way, and we'll do past tense. Watch my pacing here. You cannot say this all at once. You have to pause. The first one, past tense. "Hey, let me ask you a question. What is something that you have done recently that when you did it, you like completely lost track of time?" That is, I got a response today from this girl named Paige, and Paige is like, "Oh my God, dude, I went to the MCR, the My Chemical Romance concert recently." I was like, "Oh my God, I didn't know you listened to music like that. I love that band." And we talked about that for a little bit. That's a past tense. What have you done recently? And another way that you could ask that in a present tense, which is what we're looking for, especially if we're talking to a girl that we like and we would like to date her. "Hey, what is something that you do for fun that when you do it, you completely lose track of time?" Or another way you can ask that, "Hey, what is something that you enjoy doing that when you do it, you feel so like fulfilled on the inside?" Right? That's another way. I'm still working on how to ask that question. So just stick to the first one, that you lose track of time. And then they're going to say something like, let's say the girl says, actually, so today, one of the answers I got was when I asked the past tense, when the girl was like, "Oh, giving birth." And I was like, "Oh my God." I was like, "Well, what about that? Like, what about giving birth made you lose track of time? Like, was it the pain you went? Describe the feeling to me." I'm getting her to relive that experience. That's what we want in women. If they can relive, if they can connect being emotional in a good way with you, so her being pregnant was something that she really enjoyed, if she felt timeless, she loved that, I'm getting her to explain that feeling to me. If you can get a woman to explain a positive feeling to you, that's going to build a connection to you. She's going to associate feeling good with you. The second question that I asked, and this is one where if you're trying to get to know a girl and you don't really know anything about her, a man would say, "Hey, tell me something about you. Hey, tell me something fun about you. Tell me something cool about you. Tell me something, I don't know, enjoyable about you." That's what a man would ask. And the girl's going to be, it's going to put pressure on the girl. So then she would say something like, "Oh, I don't know. I like coming to the gym." "Well, we're at the gym right now. I mean, outside of the gym. Tell me something cool about you that you like doing." I get, well, that's asking that you like doing. So tell me something about you other than going to the gym. You guys see how that you kind of have to like work to get a response out of that. And I struggled with this for a while because I'm literally telling you guys everything I ask girls. But today, when I asked this question, this was actually the first question that I asked. I went out of my way. I was like, "Dude, I'm going to ask this question." I am so looking forward to it. I literally looked for any girl that I knew. One of the girls I didn't know, but I wanted to meet her. So I went up to her, and this was my reason to approach her. I mean, I complimented her. I was like, "You're the most beautiful thing in the world, blah, blah, blah." But to get to get back to this, the question is, instead of asking the girl, "Tell me something about yourself," what you would say is this. So we're presupposing that she's got something interesting about her. So these two questions, before I go into this one, guys, I've got the list on my phone of what these do. I don't have them memorized by head, so that's why I'm not explaining them in this video. But these questions use neuro-linguistic programming. We are using psychology in these questions. So we are presupposing with this question that she's got something unique about her other than her beauty. That's exactly why we're trying to find these stuff out. So the question would be, "Hey, if I knew you better, or if I knew you better than I do now," which obviously isn't a lot, "what would I find out about you that most people wouldn't be able to figure out?" Or, "Hey, if I knew you better, what would I find out about you that's not so obvious?" Those are two questions. When I asked that first question, that first one, I think I worded it that way, that most people wouldn't know about you. I got every single one of those girls was like, "Dude, that's a really good," every single one of those girls, all three of these girls, dude, and they're beautiful women too. All three of these girls gave me, oh my God, that's a really good. Even one girl, Paige, because she's married to Chester, if I'm not mistaken, she was like, dude, I wish Chester would talk to me like that. And I was like, tell her to watch my YouTube videos. So those questions, look, they're illicit. We're getting the woman to like dig deeper. One of the girls told me, I didn't know if you wanted to give me something deep or if you wanted to give me something playful. And I said, well, I asked you these questions because she knows that I help men understand women better. And I told her, I said, that was designed because I wanted to know something a little more personal about you. So either one would have worked. She goes, I had a feeling that's why you were asking me. She goes, dude, those were phenomenal, man. She goes, those were actually really good questions. I'm going to keep playing around by learning more of these, and I'm going to keep asking them because this is easier ways to like have conversations with women, so you never like run out of like dull things to say, because again, us men, we're more like logical. So like if men they don't know how to communicate with women, which a majority of men don't, and I grew up with a mom, so like I'm naturally good with women. But even then, guys, I can talk a lot and I'm very good at talking. I can get girls to explain some of the things that I want to know about. But even then, there are times for these two questions where I struggle when it comes to finding a way to answer, or to finding a way to ask a question in a way that a girl would naturally respond, because men and women, we communicate in two different ways. I am trying to teach you guys how to communicate like a woman, so that way we can get the responses we're looking for, which is going to build that connection between you guys. And if it's a girl that you cold approach, for example, if she likes you, then this is going to increase your chances of her liking you even more. So if you're trying to ask this girl on a date, if she really enjoyed the conversation with you and asking questions like this, she will. You are more likely to get that girl to go on a date with you. So those are the two questions, guys. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Hey, if you have anything you want to add to this, any questions you might ask, females would welcome your perspective on this as well. What you thought about these questions, leave it in the comment section down below. And remember, gentlemen, if you are somebody that wants to communicate better with women and have better relationships in 60 days or less, that is my time frame, because I know guys move on different paces. I want to have a long enough window to actually, stick to what I'm saying. Click the link, watch that video. It's going to tell you what you're getting and how it's going to help you. And if you think it will help you, book a time to speak with me, and then we can really figure out if this is for you or not. Because depending on your goals, bro, you might be better off somewhere else. I don't know, but we're never going to know unless we talk. So if you guys like this video, check out this one right here, man. You guys are going to love that one as well. Gentlemen, I will see you in the next one.